Alright, hello, this is, you know, Value Family or Daring from Insane again to come back to finish the versus battle. So, yes, I've come back reformed with, all the impurities re-cleansed on this Sunday noon of what I must do. But look at this. Just as before, as I said the other day, we're at the 266, and then, once we get to this point, in 4 mystery boxes, I'm pretty excited for that. And then we can up our Water Daughter Intellion deck again. So, let's get into it, and I hope you enjoy this part, and I figured that I was just gonna do another one this same Sunday, just because I really didn't feel like waiting so long to risk not winning. So this might go pretty bad because I don't even know. I might not be as good as I want to be. But even if we lose and lose to get our way through this, we gotta make it happen. And I fully believe in our deck compared to some of the things I've seen, unless I actually get, packs to try new stuff. But I'm building off of this deck until I die, pretty much. I'm gonna go with a Fighting Ice, then let's search to make sure our draws are more likely again to get that. Now we need to get Kraber. Dude, that's just like pretty much yesterday's pretty much part, but we did get an additional call about the thing, and they just want to make sure it's all good, and yeah, I still don't know. Why is anybody asking me anything about anything? So they can do lockup, can't retreat during your opponent's next turn, which, wow, that'd be great. I'm probably just gonna die, because if I put this on that one, well, this one can go back to my hand, but I switch on this to get that, and then maybe I'll just have enough as I respawn myself with the special water to get it back into my hand, where I'm gonna use that to retreat to hopefully get the stack on this one. But again, we're gonna just go with this one. This is why getting Kyogre, the one that pulls from a mistake, that we would be willing to build up for this to second our Kyogre to pull it into something for our third Pokemon. That's what I think is the next ones. I wrote down and looked at the ones that I feel would be the best for this one, and it was Unseen Depths for the Kyogre, or was it? No, it's not for the Rusty, it was for the 2 plain Kyogres in that one. And it did go back into our hand, which is fine. But we can go with Super Slice if either of them is Tails. Dude, we need to pray for that. Are we gonna get this where we need to lock down, or actually do we need the 120 to do this? But this is like the sucky part about not having a post-attack phase, because then we can't go into this one. So we can go into the Super Slice and not even do it, but then let's go in for this one because we'll have the plus more for that. If they do damage to us, yeah, because the 90, okay, I'm gonna show why I thought that was okay. Because the 90 plus the 60 is 150, and it has damage counters, so we would be able to kill it because they're only gonna do 120. So that was just a barely on that part. I still don't think we'll be, and that was not a perfect heal, so we can still, I think, almost get this. I'm gonna switch out of ours. Post this. but we're gonna have to add this anyways for claw rent, which will do 150. And that sucks because we don't have anything post to do that, but there's not really much choice for us that we have to do that, and then just hope that we get a turn 1 attacker to finish off the 20, which we don't really even have anything like that. So are we gonna put this one to pull the lands to hope that we get something? And then plus, they'll just be doing an alternate 2-10-80 combo. I mean, that V is too dangerous right there. We need to get ourselves a V6, or, you know, that's what I call it, a V2, like a stage 2. Now, we have an Articuno that we can use this, and we have the Hard Charm, no choice, to get this on switch on a Freezing Winds, and we're going to use Find Ice to thin out our lands on this. And it's just so ridiculous, the amount of land pulls that we get, that it's unfortunate that we don't know what to do to make that happen. And thank you for realizing that I cutted my, no pity, my own hair to try to make it seem better. Oh my goodness. There's like even no point to exist. I can put this land on this one. This Pokemon can't retreat, and then if I put this one and can't retreat during it when you put this card into your hand, yeah, there's no benefit into even trying. So we're gonna put this here, grab all our lands, and then by the time that we die, which we will, then when we lost. But I feel like we did enough actions that maybe our energy bar is gonna be still going up. But I'm already so ready to start the next one. I feel like once we upgrade to like add either the Dreadnought Sword and Shield to this one, or the Galarian Snowman one, that's the one that I wanted to add to mine. And yeah, I already took a defeat on that, but let's see how far we get into the bar, and then try to... Bro, we did not get anywhere into the bar. Are you serious with me right now? I lost Pokemon. Those are my friends. Anyways. Would you like to go first? Maybe yes on like strong health. We'll see. Do we feel better about this hand with the Chewwwtlleee on deck? We got the Pokemon's Letter, and we don't run any of those shuffle things because it's gonna really defeat the purpose of defending our lands. Dude, it's not my problem that my opponent doesn't have something to play at the start. These people are probably just, you know, running some like V, and they're like, "Ooh, I got a V." That's that face right there. Oh wait, that was on my behalf. My bad. But what I can do since it's my turn, I can, you know, shoot the Immortal Chewwwtllee and use this special energy. I want to get more of these ones because this is just good. Maybe, would I like to draw a card? Would I, boy? And then we got Krabby on here on the off chance. I'll take it. Here's what we're gonna go with. We can... Well, Super Slice isn't really worth it. I wouldn't do it if I were you. So, we're gonna go with Done and switch with this one. And they can go with Radiant Heat, but I'm not gonna let that happen to my guy right there. But this is a 210, and it's gonna just build up to a Burning Drain. Which is like, do I want... I have no choice but to just, like, have some kind of acceptance of this. Oh my goodness, what I should have done is switch to the Krabby and like took the chances, but I guess we can continue on this chain, and if they were to continue their thing, you may discard an image from this Pokemon, and if you do, oh, and they have an eye for eye ability, which they might use or might not, so Dang it, dude. That seems like a stupid card. Because we could have just went with Super Slice with the 30. Do you think we should do that on the Switch if we don't get a draw for a Drizzle? Like, decrease to 0. I think it would be worth it. But no, it's not a retreat 1. It's a retreat 2. So that's no good. I feel like I messed this one up too, and it's not gonna go anywhere again. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna stick it to them like this. Then we're gonna switch. No, actually, we're gonna bite. And then we're not gonna retreat yet, but we're gonna set up our guy for the next thing. And that's its weakness. So if it were to do the thing where it takes off our energy, it would be on that drawback for us not to get this return. Did not even notice the weakness, but that would be too risky. A double flip, you know, that's like 1 out of 4. I can't take the chance for a 25% attack to be this thing. Because if you were to do the possibilities, you're either going to get 2 heads, 2 tails, a heads and a tail, and this invisible thing called a tail and a heads. And then 3 of those. 2 tails is no good, a tail head is no good, and a head tail is no good. So 25%. He went for the 2, and all he's gonna get is, you know, fake damage to drop that, which I'll stack on and then use the bite. That's not a problem with me. Perfect. I don't know how long Trig 24 is gonna drag this out, but that's his choice. Feel the wrath of my 0 subscribers. And then let's see. Should we go? Yeah, I think it's to do an additional water gun, and then we can always add our hard charm to something else at a later date. And he has to get another one on that, and that pressures us to get the kill. How much weaknesses do we hit? This is the only one that we have to concern ourselves with an electric switching versus the other thing. So I'm pretty happy that he's just decided to go with like a full board of things that we have an advantage on. Especially if by chance that we draw into... What is that one called? Never mind, it don't matter. We got the kill on this one, and they got no build on any of those other ones. And if you were to go off for this one, that would be his best play. And if he's gonna do that, then we're just gonna be on the recharge, which is what I'm gonna call for doing something of this nature, which is just putting this back on, and then continuing this. We'll take the 2 prize cards, 1 there, 1 here. Oh. Charizard. That's a pretty dumb move in my opinion. Come on, what we need. Paper. Does paper even matter right here? Dude, their deck is just, you know, thou shalt not judge with the good book. I'm joking. You know, I can say that stuff. Water gun. Dude, Chewwwtlleee using a white gun? That's just... Look at that. That's too much right now. Okay... Dude, we have the 2 for this, but we don't have the 1 to start it off. If we start this off and get the card swipe, that's the most... the thing that's going to be the most impractical for this one. What needs to happen... I know what needs to happen. We need to go and put this on our Chewwwtlleee, and then go for it again. But if you were to go, discard 2 energies from this to get a fire spin, and then we can switch. If you were to go for that, do we have any resistance? Nope, we don't have any resistance to switch on this to get a 120. So we're just gonna have to hope that our returning to this one, we are in heavy risk to just be KO'd right now. You know, all that build up just to be KO'd. But he has to discard for 2. So if we get something on the side, his 80. He could have went in probably. But it's gonna go back into our hand. Which it don't mean much to us. But if we can hold on to our guy, we're gonna bring this one to the board, restore our Chewwwtlleee, and go for the additional damage. You'll see what's going on in a second. It's not over actually. Because if we sack our Krabby, then we'll be okay. Because we can use Bite, which is the multiplier for the 60 of what's left. I hope our opponent didn't hear that, because that's pretty much what's gonna make this one barely able to make it. Just wow, Chewwwtlleee on deck right now. I don't know if I wanna do that. And what's its move gonna be? He can go for a 180 that would kill us. So the best. Alright, the best thing we can do is go for this. Go for a Bite. Get the damage, and then 120 on top of that. We're just under the table for this one. That's not too good. But if we had this, we could have done hydro sniping. That would be 200 damage. So that made our game. We have 12 slots open for utility cards, and we're running Rough Seas Hard Charm. We should switch out the Super Potion for the emergency draw card. We'll do that in the, in the future. Into a Dread Maw. And it does 30 more for each of your opponent's things like that. Dude, that's actually useful. That would have been important, like, 5 minutes ago. But we can add this, even though it does past, just for the sake of dying admirably again, and not going anywhere again. I want to actually see this through to where we see this, like, you can see my head, and, I know it doesn't look the most professional, it looks okay. I'm better than the competition. That's all I gotta say. possession. It moved a little bit, but do we have to add that thing just for that tweak for a second? It might be crucial that we just take the time to look at this, change that in Deck Manager, and go for... Ours is a lot better because it's actually built. Alright, so let's see. I mean, because we have the Evo sodas, but we did not consider being under the table. So let's get one card for under the table, and isn't there like a bunch of Pokeballs? Wait, is it a Pokeball, or is that the generic one? With 90. So how much does... So Chewwwtlleee is 80. Is Sobble is within it, and that's the one that we needed. So yes, we do need a level ball. Search your deck for, reveal it, and put it into your hand. I like this one. So we drop down one professor and then one up, one level. Keep the rust and keep the hards. Maybe we'll drop one professor and then we'll save it like that. I think that seems okay with me. And we can review the deck real quick if you want to. But I'm just anticipant of getting farther into this, and I want to do it as fast as I can. Alright, we got Lapras. It can get things from the discard. The pull of Hydreigon. No, not Hydreigon. Kyogre has the same ability as the Kyogre, and for the amount of land pulls that we get, it's pretty good with the Manatee and Articuno's Find the Ice, which I really do appreciate. Plus water reserves gets us 3. This one gets us 3 as well. Then, you know, we do a link to link evolution chain, so if there's one, then I'll go to the next one. Along with the Sobbles, 3 Sobbles, 3 Drizzles, and then 3 Inteleons, and we use this one because that's the best one. And then we got 2 Chewwwtlees to the 2 Jawlocks that I saw in the Dreadnought S Sword and Shield. Plus, you already know that we just did this. That's pretty much it, and that fills the slot, and it's a good deck. Even though it's being a hard argument for today, but I feel like we still exist. But I'm not even gonna talk until we get some more progress in here. I don't know if I want to check how it looks, because being self-conscious of looking at this, because while I'm doing it, like, if I saw myself in that corner, I'd be looking at myself, but I can't do that right now, because, like, it's not on there. All I see is the screen. So, like, when I'm OCD-ish, then I want to look. We're going first because I want to be on the board as soon as possible. And this is so bogus, because if they get something on the top, like, I don't know if the one that's on the second is going to be a reason that we can't get this. So, yeah, going first might have been a mistake, but it's okay. What do you think? Do you think if we were to be the one that was the attacker, that we would have got the draw, but we can use the level ball to get something to replace it, that we would sack, that would have high health, but we don't? Well, it would be 90. Never mind. That's a predicament, but you never know. Maybe this girl's done. We're gonna go for the Professor's Letter to see if we get those energies, and go Rusty for the hardship. We're gonna go with the level ball, and we can go either... Dude, they got heavy pinchers in the cross, so we can go with Krabby to get that on second, and then sack our Sobble, or we can get the next stage Drizzle. We're gonna go with next stage Drizzle, and then we'll go with... Oh my goodness, the pound. Alright. I get it. SpongeBob, I get it. We can go for 80. And then I'm gonna have no bench Pokemon, so it's not gonna do anything. And that's gonna be the most hilarious Entei I've ever seen in my life. They thought they got us with that one. But then we can go to Interlillian and then to build to something else. Did you see how Level Ball pretty much just smoothed our deck instantly? I am quite a fan of that. I saw one red fire. Alright, evolve. Put on the land. Water splash. Keep it no people on my side. I'm gonna try to look like that right now. That's the best impersonation I can do of my Drizzle. I was more like someone like just collapsing. Burning Roar with the stack on the thing. No luck. And then straight up switching to an Inteleon. No extra mana. Are we gonna be on Stinge? Do they got anything to remove anything? Not as of the moment. We're not gonna be safe. To be string. Put it in your opponent's hand. Not this time, because it got killed. But if it were still to be alive, and that was the difference for its attack, and he's not going to be able to get double bite, and along with it being in our weakness, very good. This is in my favor right now. We got this though. Professor's letter to Thinars. And then we can get Articuno. And I believe we can even get the stack on for some of the other stuff. Hydro Snipe. Switching to a Pokemon. Plus the Roughies. Just trying to recommend this. Because it heals all. That player may heal 30 hits from each of his water or electric. That's what makes that canon. If you find the core Kyogre thing, the deck, you can get one. And I don't know how, or if, like, when you start you just get those two initially, or it's random with what you select. What would have been cool when they started this one is like if you could pick 3 Pokemon that were like the start of what you would, you know, be focused on, and then it would give you cards to kind of be like the staples for that. But I'm not making any complaints because I took a lot of time to look at the ones that I felt like were going to be strong points. And Sleep was not strong enough to deal with us. So we can just use Rusty's to get a heal, just to do this, and then go for an instant kill. Dang. We need another level ball. We need 3 level balls in this one. I like the crazy amount that we draw of land, so because I also want to have those on the side. You know, it's perfectly perfect. Because we got Krabby, and now I do like Krabby. Hydro Snipe again. that one's easy. But no, we're not really susceptible to this one unless it comes into play. So, did we make a mistake because we didn't try to go for the Art Canoe? So, we're gonna build into that one, and then if we have to set Krabby or it's not enough from the point of that jump in, and then that's the worst outcome. That's why Kyogre, because it's different, because it pulls from the grave. So if it's from the grave, it's pull, and then if it's from your deck, it searches. But, like, Kyogre would pull the things from the discard onto some of your bench things in your decision. So that's why that one is pretty important. I'm still trying to think what we should go for. So we're gonna build up this one. Go for our 10 points. And we can cancel that. I did not want to do that. That's good. What card do we want to immortalize? He's not gonna get to the Fire Blast yet, so there's only an option. Oh, that was damage. But we're gonna be able to kill it next turn. Let's do this. And we'll put something on this one, evolve this one. Put something into their hands. No thank you. I don't want to give them those lands. There we go, finally getting a win. We get that bar. We get that bar. We succeed. We talk in a deep tone, and we win matches. Sarge. That was good that we got an additional 100. That was a stronger reward than most of these. But then when I was playing this, I was like, wow, I thought they were just gonna give us these things, but I guess not. I guess we have to actually earn them. Maybe this is gonna be a strong series with my chicken wing over here. I wanted to get some soda, but not at all. Now, we have a Lapras, or we can go with a water gun, because it'll do that. Sobble to the water gun. Oh my goodness, I'm so confused right now on what to do. We'll put the Sobble to the side, and then we can build for that if we need to. And then we'll hold off on to what our level ball is going to be done for, because Vispite is pretty strong of a card. If we start building up for, because maybe sometimes they're gonna mess with your hands, then maybe you won't want to do that. But for now, I don't really care. They don't got their side bolts. Well, flip ahead. If it's a defense Pokemon is now paralyzed. I don't want to get paralyzed. I want this thing to die. Alright, are we going to decide what we want to do with this right away and build up into the second part of Sobble to the Drizzle? Or we can go Chewwwtlleee again to complete the chain. Which one do you think? Oh my goodness, taking the risk on Chewwwtlleee is, you know, they're taking chances. Now, we're not going to do any damage with that one, but if we were to build up to this one for our third turn, then we could go for the insta-kill. Maybe doing that to our Chewwwtlleee is cool. it's a different way of doing it, because if they want to use rolls to paralyze, go ahead. Well, but we're gonna exist with our Lapras, so it's not a good idea just to let this build up. Yeah, we're gonna have to build on top of this one. Like this here, and then, excuse me, put this, well, maybe not even doing that yet. Flip coins from your discard pile, attach an energy from your discard to your bench Pokemon, and well, Lapras does the same thing that I was talking about one time. Alright, now I'm gonna click done. This is so weird because I haven't really done like myself on the screen like this before, like at all. So it's gonna be getting used to not seeing myself. That sounds like a personal problem. Alright, so if we switch into Drizzle, put this on here, where should we put our energy towards? I'm gonna say the Lapras. And I don't want to stack that right away yet, nor am I concerned if it has anything on it. Sometimes they mess with your thing and go Hooligan. I don't want a Hooligan card to mess up this, because it's actually okay for me, but I mean, it's probably going to give me the next thing for one of those. And it's all peaceful. I can add another energy to this. If it's Tails, it's game over. Yeah, I actually won that one. That was pretty funny. Because I can just use Hydro Pump. At least we get a win and we're advancing for the slow start that we had at first. What's in this one? Oh, there was nothing. Never mind. Not my favorite reward because they don't get the automatic booster packs. Not a fan. We're so close to getting this. So 350 plus 150 equals 500. So after this win or loss, we can either take a look at some of the three. And this is my strategy for anybody who's getting started with Pokemon Online. When you're like starting off and you feel like your deck is not really like building into anything, like you got one and it doesn't really show. I already know those ones, but for this tip, think of how you would combine 3 booster decks to see how it would build into like this best machine that you got going on. That's the secret. You gotta see the synergies and where things connect. I gotta, like, the ones that I put here, I feel they're pretty strong. And did you know the Galarian Frost one? It's like of the newer ones. It actually does have the full length of the links of 3. It's just that the third one has it like as a dynamite version of Snow versus not. That's the only difference, because I saw the 2 and I was like, whoa, it comes from the same one, so it does work. Give me a lunge bell. Dang it. Give me a super slice success. Alright, the 25%. Weird. 25% master right there. Oof. Let's try to do it again. This is the slot champion. The grandma of the ages right here. Heads. it just takes a positive attitude to get those flips. And yeah, that's all I have to tell to is belittle me. Ponyta. Dude, on a returning flame of only doing 10, there's a strong possibility that I'm just gonna toast this one. Alright, no good on that. But if, you know, you can do it by a chain, you have 50% chance of getting heads or tails, and then on that 50% chance, it's like, it's something about, I didn't take, but overall I think it's 25% chance. Because the head is either going to be heads or tails, and then that heads is either going to be heads or tails. To know the percent, you have to know what it means to you. So what it means to you is whether it's going to succeed, so you have to realize how many times is it to succeed and how many times is it not to succeed. How many times is it not to succeed. So you would start at the top of your heads or tails, and then like draw lines to the bottom, you know, and how many lines you draw is how many possibilities. We can go with rough seas if all goes well. Do they got a strong 2? Nah, they don't got a strong 2. But they did hit us off with something like that, so we're gonna hit it with the rough seas, and we're probably just gonna return. If we don't get this one, alright, Chewwwtlleee Master. The Chewwwtlleee Master has done it again. There we go for the perfect lineup. We'll do this to restore it. Now I know that this is a feasible way to win this. This is the first time that's ever happened. Putting this on Subble, healing for the 30, and then going for the super slice. And that's how the game goes. Tennis Yu-Gi-Oh quote. Alright, Chaz, we're gonna go with rough seas to heal again. I know, that's the Beats by Dre right there. We got a new super slice. Did we forget to put that? Oh, we only need 2 for this one. Hitting on the combustion, we'll counter with the rough seas. Putting this on this one, Olenion. There's really not much you can do right there. And then going for the super slice. Should we go in for the switch for the finisher before it's too late? Yeah, he did play something. Let's wrap this one up real quick, or should we take it home with the other one? Nah, we gotta wrap this one up. We're gonna take this back. Use rough seas. Go for the retreat. Take this one back and use the planes. Switch that Hydro Snipe. We're gonna let those manas drop so we lessen the chance of getting those back. It's only good to bring it back when it's in the mid-between and they use it as a use. But saying it's only good, I mean it's really good. We can go for something that has level in the chance, but I'm not interested in studying the game. I'm interested in winning real quick and finishing the video. Let me check to make sure this is recording still. And it is. What's up, what's up? Here's 10. 10 is okay, but let's... Ha! Yeah! We're at 500, so we can get a booster pack. 150 Pokies to starting off on the 4 points. 2 things. Now, this is the store. So, what is the team thinking? First intuition, we can review the ones that I've pre-written to look at. Dreadnought for our character to continue, and we have the 3/3 to 2, and then a Chewwwtlleee, a new Chewwwtlleee, a stronger Chewwwtlleee, which does into this wave. I don't think this is the better stage 2, but I do think it's, yeah, I think ours is a better stage 2, but I think the better stage 1 is probably a Chewwwtllee Lockjaw with 40, and that they can't retreat. I feel like that's a really good thing, because then we can continue a Lockjaw and do a Rusty continue. I know that seems like a small line of change, but that could make all the difference. And then it'll add another evolution incense to what our character is. This has 3 Nessas from your discard pile into your hand. I don't really feel like I need that recycling in my thing, but it does seem kind of cool. Unseen. I'm looking for Unseen to show you something. Let's see. It's not Ocean's Core. Have you seen the Unseen right there? Those are the... No, I think the Unseen is in the middle. Or it's farther down. It is actually unseen right now. The irony of this. Well, hold on. I'm gonna keep scrolling, and it's kind of freaking me out that I can't find it. Unseen Depths Kyogre. That's the Ocean Core. Dude, it's definitely gonna have Kyogre on it. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Now, let me show you why I thought this one was cool. Highlight cards. The defending opponent, it cannot attack during your opponent's next turn. So if it gets hit, then it can attack. But it has some, well, that's not the good card. Piplup is the only good part about that card. And the reason I like this one is it has high water, and this one just has, well, it doesn't have it doesn't have a recycler like the Lugia in the Charizard set, which you'll see, but it has take 2 energies from a card to put on one of your Pokemon for certain, versus the probability of whatever that is. But that's like the only things that I've found to really strengthen mine, unless it was to go for Russies or stacking another Inteleon. I feel like the Dreadnought is one that seems the most effective for building this up, but putting 2 energies attached to this into your hand, that's pretty much just not great. It's not Lugia, but this one, the good part about this one is it has a full set of a short team of 3, because they have Blizzard. This does also 10 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon, and then during your next bonus, this Pokemon can't use Crushing Headbutt. But if you're to do that in the full efficiency, then you know you're doing 170 to this one, so 30, 50, so 250. Yeah, 250, because minus that 30, then it's 50, so 250 and then 10 to that. I mean, that's a pretty strong water type, I say. not only that, it has variety, because we have this headbutt, and discard all energy cards from this. If you do this attack, you may discard, and it does 60 more. Versus a 140 that has a 40 that can build up to it. The difference between this one, though, is it is fire, so it's not going to interact with our rough seas. But just seeing that we'd be willing to build up for that. So I like that, and then the unseen. So pretty much everything is for me lately. I feel like a princess. Put the Chewwwtlleee on jaw lock. I know this part's been like long for me to decide, but it's really taking a toll on my mind of what is better. I want to look at like the Inteleon. I want to go down to look at the Inteleon of this one before I lose my mind. Oh, it's right here. That was a hard one to catch. But it's a 2 for 40 that doesn't build up to a 50. Our 80, 30. It's an 80 health, 30 to 50. 80, 30 to 50. A 30 to 50 versus a 40 can't retreat. And then this is a 380 to a 140 versus, what even was that one? 380 to 140 to our one being a 130, but it's on 3, so it'd just be for the Chewwwtlleee. A better Chewwwtlleee. What do you think about a better Chewwwtlleee, or is it Galarian? Alright, we have to make a decision in 5 or 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Wow, we have a serious problem here because that is just too good. We are gonna get the other one later on. My goodness. Alright, I'm going with the Galarian. Actually, no, I'm going with Hufflepuff right here. 1 Dreadnought, and then done. And do I even want to edit it, or should we just continue in the Onslaught versus? I'm gonna have to be back because I want to wash my ears and then get more soda. But how long is it gonna take for us to... Well, let's see how long it is so far. It's been an hour, so maybe after an hour. So this will be the last match, and then... Or do you want to help build the next deck part for these 5 minutes, and then we can work on something like that? Yeah, okay, we're gonna go with the deck manager and kind of see. But wow, Dreadnought, Galarian, stacking another Inteleon. And do you know the Ocean's Core also has Rough Seas? And then the Unseen Depths Kyogre bringing the draw to. What I like about it way more is, did we take a look at Lapras on the Seafaring to make sure for each heads, it says for each heads. I mean, you're gonna get a heads eventually if you're holding on to this one, and it's 110. So, you know, I don't know what I was saying about Lapras not being good. Definitely something worth keeping. But let's make some small adjustments. I honestly feel like writing it down. That's how strong I believe in this one. But if we hold on to it with 40, and then it can't go anywhere. I like the feisty Chewwwtllee a lot more than I like other Chewwwtles. So let's get rid of this one. Do you know what? That's probably exactly what they were trying to do. We're gonna edit it. Yeah, I don't mean to try to offend this Chewwwtllee, but you know, also a thing we can do is we can toss a Taurus, add in another Chewwwtllee. We can toss a Chewwwtllee. Well, no, we can toss. Please toss a Taurus, and then please. Oh, this already builds to 3, and then. Do you want to toss an Articuno? Okay, here's our options. I think we should toss an Articuno, and then, you know, leave a Manatee, leave 2 Manatees, and then make another Chewwwtllee. So let's take a look at our filters, going into the water real quick. Let's apply this, and it's like, wow, we already played an hour, and I wanted to show how far we were going to get into it. So I can probably record the next video today. If you play Nessa during your sand, it's not paralyzed, but 80 for 3 is fine, and all things have a retreat cost. That's why this one is stronger. So Chewwwtllee on lock. We're gonna act like it never got touched, and we're just gonna bring in these Chewwwtlees right here. Because I don't really want to build into a tough Chewwwtlee. I like this. Nah, Chewwwtllee. You know, this one will not be ignored. This one's being tougher than it can be than it wants to be. That's the difference between those two. Plus we got this. But the Galarian is the one that I want to build into next. But I mean, a 140 building to that, and then having the Kyogres to possibly build. We got a different kind of drizzle. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may search your deck for a trainer card, reveal it. Water tip versus drizzle. And then this one is just 40 versus something that doesn't really apply to us, because sinking in those ones doesn't really mean anything to me right now. Alright. See, this is the part I said about my ear. So, I'm gonna put... You know, do you feel like Krabby has not been MVP of this game? I take that back, because when we played that Super Slice, I mean, that's gonna be a fun touch every once in a while. But I don't want to run just, like, running one Articuno. But that's okay if, I mean, for itself, it is a 100. But that's pretty much all there is to say about that one. Else, we just need things to smooth out our hands, so we can take out one of those ones, and I think Chewwwtllee on Jawlock is gonna be MVP from now on. 24 is what I do because it reminds me of Magic. And then we can go Evo Soda, and then, you know, if we were to run the other Drizzle, then we wouldn't use Evo Soda because it would be from the deck, where we could use this one to get something to our hand. And search your deck for an evolution Pokemon. Do we have any evolution Pokemon with beyond 90? Yeah, this one, and this one. Oof. the acceptance on this one. I'm going to say that I should search a deck for that from one's opponent's play. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Are there any that do the full evolution within 90? No, but that's pretty important. If we have something that's too high, then we get that. And do you feel that our professor letters are too high? Our draws? Or the hard charms? Is it minusing 2 of both of those ones? We'll minus 2 of those ones, but we didn't write down, like, because this deck has been working for us. Because what if we get more of those? The value for the exchange is pretty high, and the thin. So maybe it was just getting rid of 1 hard charm. Even though I like hard charm, because it's pretty much what makes, you know, rough seas rough seas. I'm gonna add that one back unless we look at another card that's gonna do that. But this is probably gonna be most of what is the remainder of this episode. So sorry that it was short, and I can post another one that will be separate, but I don't want the video to be, you know, too much over an hour, just not even for the sake of like editing, because it takes no time. It just takes waiting pretty much. But, you know, other reasons, because I don't really know. Should we just put it back, like the professor's letter, see what happens? Else it's just waiting for the next rough seas. We're gonna get the other professor's letter back on. That was a good try though. We did switch up the level ball, and that was not a mistake. And we did do some other stuff too. Whoa. There we go. Alright, we're gonna save that. Alright, now let me go to this thing and then change it. So, thank you for watching my video, and I'm gonna plan to make some more videos come Saturday and then Sunday if I can. Like I said, I'm in the moving process supposedly if the characters hold themselves accountable, and you know, my job holds themselves accountable for what they said, and that there's this tone that things are going to get done in the things that make the most sense, because I've just been taking a lot of disrespect at work, and I work by myself, and I clean 5 banks, and pretty much I'm in a transfer process where I got a job letter for the next thing for a setup transfer that I have to give to my loan mortgage officer to get that, so that I can get that on something that I can afford, that I have half of the amount in, where, you know, they're not even showing that they really want to get it done as quick. And my job that I've been working for 3 years, the HR or whoever this girl is, you know, she thinks she can just say that she's not gonna do her job, and she's doing whatever kind of attitude to make sure this, like, is not gonna happen, or, you know, it just, what she says doesn't make sense, and it's a disappointment that, you know, after 3 years, in between the process, that they wanted to do some illegal moves against me. So I'm just waiting to see all that. It's gonna be a small home, but you can see and even get the exclusive of the whereabouts of it if, you know, if you support my store, because I do sell jewelry online on Etsy, so I will have a link, and I'm pretty proud of my store. But when I get it to 1,000 items, it's gonna be a helpful tool in, you know, securing our location there as well. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I had to say about my life or anything that was going on. But I'm glad that you tuned in, and then we can talk and discuss more what's going on in my life, and as far as things want to go. Once I'm in that position and things are a little bit better, I mean, I do like doing this, and even like if it's not rewarding to how I see that, I reflect with myself to talk about the things that I want to get done, and then kind of getting a more whereabouts of where I am or who I am on my process, and that helps to get things done for me. Plus, like I said in the sermon mode, it's like helps me stay strict and it helps me know that nothing goes wrong in the process between me being here and then me buying my own house. So that's pretty much all I'm going to talk about until that happens. So, you know, I hope my job learns to grow up and respect their employees and consider the people who work here and actually establish this job, get some sort of well treatment and not our, you know, calls ignored attitude. Things like of that nature that I don't think are what you would expect in an internet interaction, but at this point in this situation or any one that I've been in, that's exactly what I expect now. But that's pretty much it, just to release my frustration on that, and I don't feel like talking about it much anymore. But that's pretty much it, and bye. I hope you enjoyed this iteration of Pokemon online, and if you have any tips or anything, this is kind of in the low bar of anything that we did, and it kind of takes some traction and some time for anybody to watch these, especially since a lot of people do this, and we're not really willing to do advertisement yet or anything, but that's okay. Thank you. I'm gonna do my face wash, hopefully, you know, and then maybe try to cut the hair a little bit more, maybe this loop and stuff, and that's it. So if you're a girl and you like jewelry, you know, you can check out my store. I don't make too much off of each sale, so that would pretty much help out. It's more considerate than donating, but see you next week. Bye.